Hi, my name is Dave Poland. I want to welcome you to Portland Film Beat. Tonight, my guests are Connor Williams. He's an actor, wants to direct and produce, and can be seen in commercials for Anchor Port Chargers, ABC Land and Print, Gelled When Pro Core Doors, and Big Brother, Big Sister. He recently co-directed and co-produced a short film currently in post with his mother, Tabitha. He is a cast member of the Crayon Kids Musical Theater Company out in Oregon City. Now, my next guest is Amanda. I'm going to say her name wrong. Sorry. Amanda Vasconcelos.
Yes.
I did say it right. Isn't that exciting? Amanda Vasconcelos.
Yes.
She's an actress, has been in a few films, a few of them with worldwide distribution, including Finding Oblivion, Devil Knows His Own, and Interchange. She won the national championship in Y10 saber fencing in July of 2014. That's pretty impressive.
Thanks.
There was another girl who won the Olympics from Beaverton area.
Marielle Zagunis. Yeah, she trains at my club.
Oh, really?
It's really cool.
Yeah. Is it the one on Western?
Maybe.
Okay. Here's another thing. She has a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. She's also competitive in downhill ski racing and hunter jumping, which is some form of horseback that I'm not familiar with. So let's get started with you, Connor, and then we'll go right to you, Amanda. What first got you interested in acting?
What first got me interested in acting is I went to school with Christina Grimmie, a.k.a. Little Bella, from the Twilight series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she told me stories about acting, and it all just seemed really interesting to me. We were in a school play together of The Wizard of Oz, and I figured, hey, she can do it. She's my age. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so have you gotten professional training here in Oregon, in Portland?
Yes, I have. From Sandra Peabody,
okay,
Brian Sutherland, and Todd Robinson.
All right, nice. And Amanda, what first got you interested in acting?
I actually wanted to do a fairy camp, but when that had gotten canceled, the people that were hosting it decided to give us their contact information for an agency. And so I started to go there, and then it was kind of like a mini acting school, and so I started taking modeling and acting classes from them. So,
okay. So how old were you when you first got interested then?
I had just turned 6.
Is that right? So you've been doing it for a few years?
Definitely, yeah.
We're not going to ask how old you are. Never ask actors or actresses. How old were you when you got interested?
I was in 3rd grade, so 7.
Wow, I'm glad that you started early. Because it gives you a long time to build up the skill set that's really needed. Because acting, it takes a deep skill set, as you know. Anyway, and you've trained? Where have you trained?
I originally trained with that agency that I was talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. I've done camps with Sandra Peabody. I've done some camps with Aaron Goodwin, who's the main casting director for Cast Iron, mm-hmm. and some with Todd Robinson and Jason Hawkins. But right now I'm taking private classes with Christina Haddad, who's with Actors Lab.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I would also like to add, I forgot to add in Crayon Kids Musical Theater Company.
Nice, good. No, I'm glad. This is here to talk about you guys and have some fun. So anyway, Amanda, we'll go back to you. Tell us about your first audition.
So I practiced for a really, really long time, and I had it down. When I got to the actual audition, it was in like this really big theater area, and I got kind of scared and intimidated. So what I did was I wrapped...
Was it a theater audition?
No, but that's where the auditions were held. Yeah. And I went up and I wrapped my arms around my mom's waist, and I wouldn't let go. And then I went up and I performed the audition, and it was really good. But then I wrapped my arms around my mom's waist again. So that wasn't really a very good thing.
Probably not. That's all right. Connor, tell us about your first audition.
You know, after so many auditions, it's kind of blurry, but it was either Grimm or Portlandia. I believe it was Portlandia for the... No, it was Grimm. It was Grimm. I can't remember what it was for. But all I remember is going in there, being pretty nervous because I thought famous people were going to be in there. That wasn't necessarily the case. Some famous people in Portland, but and not to diss anyone.
Right. So is it your worst audition, or do you have another story to tell us about your worst one?
Oh, my worst audition. There's a whole other story for that.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
My worst audition has got to be, I had to be cross-eyed while doing a British accent. but not too cross-eyed. And you can't really go half cross-eyed if you're me. And
Okay, yeah.
I can't do a British accent, so.
So you had a hard time doing, too physical. Amanda, what was your worst audition?
Acting-wise, I don't know. It was probably when I was younger, but it wasn't. I think my worst audition wasn't when I was acting, but it was what I did before and after, which was not letting go of my mom.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, we heard about that.
yeah,
That probably was a traumatic moment for you, though.
yeah.
Connor, what's your favorite character you've played and why?
My favorite character I've played has probably been the, well, not film-wise, but in my musical theater
Oh, that's
group.
okay. Great. I'm glad you talked about theater.
Yeah, my musical theater group, we did a 90s, 80s musical, supposed to be a take on Fame, and it was called Surviving Fillmore Academy.
Were you singing?
I did sing.
Okay.
I sang, I danced,
I've known you a while, and I just didn't know that about you. Kind of.
Yeah, so it's about this performing arts school, and Vidal Sassoon comes in, and
The real one?
The
hair guy?
No,
Oh.
a child.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And Vidal Sassoon comes in with his group of hairstylists, and I came in with this green mesh top, which after 2 shows they had to say I had to wear a black tank top underneath that. That was not okay. And then these tight black pants that had glittery stuff all over the front. So I lit up the entire auditorium. And what really sealed the deal was I was the thinnest person on stage, even out of the women.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So, Amanda, tell us about your favorite character that you've played and why.
It was one of my first films. It was called The Tooth Fairy Dilemma, and I was really young, and I remember curling my hair really tight, and I literally looked like Shirley Temple. And
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Could get you more work.
and so when I was doing it, I woke up in the middle of the night, and there were 2 tooth fairies fighting over who got my tooth. And then I pull out this big fat book of rules or something, and I open it up and I act all sophisticated, like, it states that in chapter 13, subparagraph 92, da da da. And I remember feeling so good about myself
Is
after
that right?
doing that.
Great,
yeah.
great. How do you prepare for a role?
To prepare for a role, I just add background. Who is this person? What's their family like? How old are their parents? Do they have a job? What is their job? How did they get their job? And I adopt that personality.
Good. Right. And Amanda, what do you do?
I do something really similar. I'll try to read the background and I'll look at the key things about them, and I'll try to like imagine myself as that person. Like, and if there's not much, I'll take what it is and infer like, who is this person and what's their personality? And then that's kind of what I do to try to get myself in the mindset of that role.
Wow. So, Connor, have you ever done any bad acting?
The bad acting story, I told you that in the beginning.
Okay.
Had to be cross-eyed with a British accent, neither of which I can do very well.
Okay. And Amanda, have you ever done any bad acting?
There was a 48-hour film festival that I did, and all I had all day was sugar, candy, and soda, and all that is a really bad mix for a young child. And there was a spinny chair, and I kept spinning round and round and round and round, laughing like a maniac. But then it was past 3 a.m. when we filmed our final shot, and I was like 9 years old. What?
Did it work in the film?
Yes, it was really good. But
You did bad acting that turned out well on film, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
But I felt dead. Like, I was like
okay.
9 years old, and I completely
Yeah,
felt
they go
dead.
late in the morning.
Like, I couldn't do anything. Luckily, all I had to do was really like raise my arm and say a few words. But it turned out well on camera, but I was dead. I think I fell asleep in like 2 minutes.
That actually reminds me of a story, if you don't
Go,
mind.
no, go on.
Another
hear it.
bad acting case scenario was for a movie called Hold Up. I had to be a restaurant patron. This was actually in a bar, but we rented it out. It was ours for the night. It was scheduled to start at 6, but this is acting we're talking about.
Yeah,
It never
film
starts
sets,
on
no,
time.
Never.
No.
It never finishes on time either.
It started at 8. And then what happened is all I did was sit there. I hadn't had dinner and it lasted until 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I was 8 or 9. So me just sitting there not being able to do anything because they had
Not
really
good for an
sensitive
8 or
mics.
9-year-old boy, that's for sure. My wife is a second grade teacher. She's got a lot of them. Do you ever feel like giving up, Connor?
No, this has just been such a big part of my life for such a long time that it doesn't get to the point of where I feel like I should give up. Just because I haven't gotten any huge roles doesn't mean that I shouldn't keep trying.
No. Actually, you'd be surprised a lot of times. You never know what will go. Don't give up. I can't. Amanda, do you? You can't. You can just tell.
I mean, giving up implies giving it up entirely, not going back to acting. I mean, I'm sure everybody gets, like, I'll get discouraged sometimes. Maybe I'll go on audition after audition, I won't get anything, or even I'll submit and I won't even get an audition. But I never feel like giving up. I mean, everybody also, no matter what it is, there might be a time where they don't feel like doing it. But then once you get over that, you realize, hey, I realize why I started this, and it's so much fun now.
Okay, but see, as soon as you get that, I've had that, I don't want to do it. But then once you get beyond that, I feel like I'm much more relaxed as an actor.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have that same, I'm doing it for different reasons. I still love it, but it's not like I have to type thing, which, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take 2 minutes, and we're going to watch Connor's reel, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. See you in a minute.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Charge Wars, the competition where mobile device users go head-to-head in their quest for the fastest charge.
I'm unfriending you forever.
Let's take a look inside that box, Connor. Whatever's in there, you'll all be weighing for the rest of the day.
What is it?
What does it look like?
A skating suit or whatever?
Look, old man, it's pretty obvious you're not here to skate. So what do you want?
Don't scare me.
I have a huge problem with that. Your reign of terror
Is over.
We're helping you. We've got to get you out of this situation and into a better one.
How do you know that this won't happen at another school? You can't always protect me.
Wow, that was kind of fun to watch, Connor. No, it was fun to watch. I really liked the part where you beat up the skateboarder. Now, I have to ask, how long did you rehearse that so that you didn't actually damage the guy in more than one way? Let's put it. Yeah.
Well, that all happened that day.
Really?
And I wanted to do more elaborate moves because I've been in MMA. I wanted to roundhouse kick him, but that didn't work out. So
The roundhouse kick you delivered was pretty accurate there. man.
kick
It's
to
good.
the inner thigh is
Yeah.
what it was, and
It
drop.
it
Yeah.
looked like you really cracked him with that skateboard, too.
Yeah, and then he threw the skateboard at me, and I caught it, and
All right, cool. The black guy at school, was that Amanda?
no, the black guy.
I had to ask. It could be.
It was based on a true story. I was assaulted outside of school, and yeah, that was a pretty traumatic.
No, I
thing
bet.
that
So
happened.
what we're going to do now is we're going to take 2 minutes and 45 seconds here, because that's how long her reel is, and we're going to watch Amanda's reel, and then we'll be right back and talk to her about that. Thank you.
Okay, we're almost done. This is the last one. Give it to me. Okay. Okay. Concentrate on the cards. Concentrate on the music. Focus. Focus. Focus.
The blue wire.
The red wire.
That's a blue wire.
The red wire.
Hey, I got the blue wire.
The red wire.
Get
You
the
don't even know
blue
what
wire. It doesn't work.
What's next?
So how's school going?
Good, I guess.
Teacher called again. Said you had another blackout.
In class, I think I scared some of the other kids.
What about friends?
What about them?
I mean, you never have anyone over. You never asked to go anywhere. Figured by now you'd have some friends, that's all.
What the hell?
Morning, precious. You want some eggs?
Honey, you got that fierce gaze locked on me. Babe, don't you have anywhere?
Amanda, that was really good. I really liked it. I love it, you know, with the older males, you aren't smart as the older males, you know, as a kid. And one of them was John Branch. We just saw there, it was John Branch. Who was the other guy? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. He was all, we didn't see him either, but yeah, it was kind of funny.
It's hard to remember all the people I've worked with.
Mm-hmm. Well, John Branch does a great job. It was fun to see him.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite kind of film?
I tend to watch a lot of comedy shows, and I try to be. I'm one of like the class clowns, I guess. Like I'll make a big commotion and then I'll make funny faces and stuff. And so when I watch comedy films, like if I see a joke I know or something, I'll start cracking up and I'll like say it in a funny voice or something. And I think it's really funny when I watch a show with my family, and then the next day we'll make quotes from that, and then everybody will start laughing because like the context of it. And
Nice.
I love comedy shows.
So what kind of inspiration have you drawn from it, from comedy shows? We'll get you in just a second.
Inspiration from comedy shows. Well, I like to crack jokes and stuff because it makes like a room more comfortable and airy, and it just makes everything more lighthearted. And it's not very comfortable when it's like a dead serious room. So a laugh
really,
is
I
good
know.
every once in a while.
So what kind of film is your favorite type of film genre?
I like comedies, not comedy movies, because that's just too much for me.
I mean sitcoms on TV?
Yeah, sitcoms, TV shows,
Okay.
and documentaries. I listen to documentaries while I play video games.
Okay.
I put my headphones on and just listen to that. And
That's
I fall
nice.
asleep to comedy shows because I can't fall asleep without the TV.
Wow, that's interesting. So what inspiration do you draw from those? Because a couple of the roles we saw were fairly serious, but
Don't be afraid to be silly. And
that one with the Chargers,
the Charger
that seemed a
roof.
little silly.
That was pretty silly for me. It was. I secretly enjoyed that probably far too much. The tight purple unitard. I'm not sure if you saw that in the reel.
We kind of had an idea what was going on here. But,
Yeah, no, I actually had to wear that, and we had a scene with it, and I suggested body glitter, but we didn't get body glitter.
Okay, yeah, all right. Outside of Portland, an A-list Hollywood director, which one would you like to work with, Connor?
I'm not the type of person that pays attention to directors, and that's just me. But
well, that's okay answer.
Some of the traits that I like in a director is they're kind, they're patient, they want quality work out of you, and they aren't afraid to get down and talk with the cast and crew after the shoot's all done and it's like lunchtime or break time.
That was a great answer. And Amanda, is there an A-list director that you thought about you'd like to work with?
Like Connor, I don't really keep up with the directors, but usually I can find a movie that I like and they're similar, and I find out, hey, they're by the same director. So I kind of know like what type of films that different directors make. But like Connor said, like patience and kindness, because if a director doesn't have those two things, it's not good to work with them, and it's like a tight environment.
Make a long day, can it?
Definitely.
So, have you ever gotten to use your taekwondo or your horseback riding experience or your sword fighting abilities in any films?
I haven't used them yet, but
you want to though, don't you?
Definitely. But I have heard that I might be doing a film with some sword fighting, so I'm really excited to hear about that.
That is awesome. That is really great. So what do you consider the elements of a good film? And then again, a great one, and you'll answer that next, Connor.
So a good plot line and build-up, because a good film has a steady build-up, and then there's, like, in an action movie, the climax is like the big fight scene, and then it goes downhill. But in a really good film, a great film, it has many problems along the way, and it's not just one steady line. It's like it goes up and then it goes down.
Okay, I know this is a dumb question. Are you looking forward to that kind of part?
Yeah.
I'm sure you are. What about you, Connor? You want a deep part? One has got all kinds of levels in it?
Deep parts, yeah. I'm willing to take whatever you throw at me. It's all great. But what makes a great film to me is if the people acting and directing, everyone is having fun, it really reflects. And it seems to give me energy, but when everyone's stressed out, it also reflects.
Let me tell you,
it takes away energy and it drains you.
So, Connor, who's your favorite A-list actor? Why, and what draws you to them?
My favorite A-list actor, well, I'm not sure if he's A-list anymore, but it was Owen Wilson, because I was obsessed with the movie Marley and Me. And he was the main star of that, and then someone who...
Kind of comedy, right? You like that humorous type? Okay.
Marley and Me was sad, though.
Okay.
Marley and Me was really sad.
Amanda, who's your favorite A-list actor? Actor or actress? You can choose.
I really like Robert Downey Jr. because when he's on set, all of his characters are cocky and sassy, and when he's on film, he just has this presence about him. Like,
yeah, he's almost got this...
The way he holds himself is just...
Right, okay. Since we're working with you, Amanda, here's a question for you. What actor and or actress would you like to work with? A-list actor, actress. Either you can tell us both.
I really like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember when my family first watched the Terminator movies, whenever someone would leave, they would walk up, like, get serious, face the family, and they would say in their best Arnold accent, "I'll be back," and then they'd leave. And I know I have a friend that works with, that knows him personally, and she says that he's a great guy and funny and everything. And I've also heard he has like a weightlifting competition. He even has a fencing tournament named after the Arnold.
So that would
the
draw you
Arnold
in.
Classic.
Oh, okay.
And
good.
so
maybe you get to meet him through that someday.
Yeah.
Is there an actress that you'd like to work with? I'll let you think about that. Connor, what actor and actress would you like to work with? Think about that for a second.
A-list, I don't really pay attention to A-list actors too much. The names, I like their characters.
Okay.
But I'd have to say Owen Wilson.
Okay, there you go.
Because he's just he seems like a nice
He
guy.
does. Yeah, he had some issues a
Yeah,
while back, but that happens to a lot of creative people.
But he recently did the internship, and that was
the internship. But the role I really liked him in the most was that one in Paris with Woody Allen film. I can't think of it right now.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of it. Well, coming back to it. Connor, where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
5 years applying for college.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because that's around the time I'll be 19.
Are you going to go to take acting in college?
I would assume that I would take some acting classes, but I do not know the career that I want to pursue yet.
That's a good answer. You know, there's no hurry for that. And Amanda, where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. I'd be 17. That's a really long time. Yeah. I guess I see myself still acting and trying to get a big role, but also trying to get to the next step in fencing as well, and just trying to still stay out there.
Would you like to go to the Olympics with fencing?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to have that kind of also to have those extra things that you'd like to do in life. I'd like you to look at the camera. You can look at that one right there, I think. I'm not sure what mine's on right now. They'll put there it is. And I want you to tell, what do you recommend to those wanting to get started as an actor for young people?
As a starting actor, I think that you should just get yourself into the community. Start out by taking some acting workshops, and because if you go to a big audition as your first audition and you don't do that good, you automatically, that's what they think of when they see you. But if you take workshops and you insert yourself into the community, then you get to know people and you start to network out. And it's really good to know people because on sets, if you know people, it creates a fun environment and you're way more relaxed.
Connor, tell the camera right there, that one right there. What do you recommend for people who want to get started in acting?
The community is so welcoming in the acting community. If you message anyone that you see, they'll most likely get back to you. There's actors workshops for beginners that introduce you to agents and all that. And who knows, the agent might not accept you, the agent may never get back to you, but you just got to keep trying.
Right, okay. You know what, anyway, we're running out of time here at Portland Film Beat. I want to thank Connor and Amanda for showing up. It was a great conversation. I had a lot of fun talking to them. I'm hoping to get to see Amanda and Connor do some of their other things in film sometime. I want to thank Sue and Phil Holmes, who are my assistant directors. I want to thank Ellery Nelson, who's my director. And I want to thank my wife, especially. She's the executive producer, and without her, none of this can happen. Anyway, until next time on Portland Film Beat, shoot for the silver screen.